I want to try something different for Module 6. Now, Module 6, the previous 5 modules have all had a song attached to them, and I've been trying to figure out a way of shoehorning this idea into the fingerpicking course. But it's more an idea that you can use that's going to help you with a dozen different songs rather than looking at one song specifically. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a 12-bar blues progression. We're going to have a look at this. This is what we're aiming for. Now, don't run away, there's quite a lot there. Let me just play that for you so you can hear what we're going for. If I go to my B cam, I'll play this for you. So it's like this walking bass part. It's like almost a bit country, but it's bluesy as well. So this uses 7th chords. These are the chords that we're going to use today. Now, you don't just have to use the picking pattern that I'm prescribing for you today. I think as well having a go at some Travis picking, which we'll talk about at the back end of the session, would help you with this. Now, the whole kind of crux of this is a moving bass note. So if we take that C7 chord and use the free downloadable PDF, by the way, for this is really going to help you. So that C7 chord, I'm basically going to pick the middle 4 strings. A string with the thumb, D string with the index finger, G string with the middle finger, and then ring finger for the B string. And this first bar here, I've spread it out into half time. I'm basically picking each of the notes with this chord in this static position like this. Nothing to write home about, but that addition of that note, that B flat that gives it that seventh chord, that dominant chord kind of vibe, it makes it sound really cool. So we've got that. As we move into the next bar, I want you to just play a bit of spot the difference between this bar and this one over here. I don't know if you can tell, but it's literally just the first note of the bar is different. Instead of playing the 3rd fret of the A string over here, we're going to play the 3rd fret of the low E string. So we're going to take this ring finger up here, and we're just going to move it up. That means his thumb needs to come up, but his index, middle and ring fingers are still picking the same strings. It's just this that changes. And what I want you to do initially, if you can for me, get used to the idea of moving that ring finger nice and even, and it has this real, like, you can have sort of like wonky donkey blue, wonky donkey country, or does that sound like it? It can sound as Western as you want it to, really. But what I want you to do, the main crux of this lesson, is getting that ring finger moving on command and in the right place. And the more time you spend here on the first exercise, the easier the rest of it will become. Okay? We're just plonking away here at these. Now, for exercise 2, all I've done is I've shoehorned the 2 bars. Those are all crotchets. Each of those notes lasts for a beat apiece. In this one, can you see how I've shoehorned 2 bars into one? So I've swapped all of these notes for quavers. Instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've shoehorned all of those 8 notes into one bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and what that does is it's buy one get one free. You get a lot more for your money. So it's more a timing thing, is that the difference between exercise 1 and exercise 2 is more a speed thing than anything else. I want you to kind of aim for that sort of tempo for exercise 2, and you're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause the video and get those under your fingers for me. If you're feeling fairly confident, I'd like you to take that sort of principle for exercise 3, but we're going to use an F7 chord instead. So let's just have a look here for a second. Can you see that F7 chord? Now, if you compare those 3 chords on the screen, they're all the same shape. They're just at different points of the neck, aren't they? So that F7 chord, it still looks like C7, but instead of your ring finger being on the 3rd fret, your ring finger's on the 8th fret, just as the G7 is on the 10th fret. You see you got C7, I just take that entire shape F7, move it up again, G7. So what we're going to do for that third example, it's exactly the same movement. I'm just, instead of here, I'm up here. So have a go at that for me, please. And do as many of those as you need to get right. We can do a couple of C's, do a couple of F's. Now you are going to get a lot of this. Even after years and years and years of playing, I still get a lot of that. You just kind of just learn to ignore it. So that's exercise 3. Pause the video and get that under your fingers. If you feel okay with that, exercise 4 is just exactly the same, but instead of playing on fret 6, 7, 8 and 9 for that F7 chord, I'm playing on fret 8, 9, 10. No, nothing on 11, but you see what I mean. I'm looking at the diagram on the right hand side there. And exercise 4 is just the same. See how the fundamentals haven't changed at all, whether we're on C to F or to G. The fundamentals are exactly the same. It's just the move. It's what we call a movable shape, and it's kind of similar idea to bar chords, that we just take one shape and we can, as long as we know where we're aiming for, it gives us some different ideas. Now, if you have a look at these diagrams here, can you see on the F7 and the G7, there's 2 notes on each of those that are in red. Now, what that means is it doesn't mean that you don't play them. It means those are called root notes. So the red notes on that F chord, on the 6th fret of the B string and the 8th fret of the A string, those are F notes. That's telling us what the chord is. That's home. Same for G, which makes sense because the 2 frets different from the F, aren't they? Now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take what we've learned and have a go at it in a 12-bar blues context. So what we're going to do, a 12-bar blues is a chord progression that lasts for 12 bars using the 1st, the 4th and the 5th notes of the scale, and it gives you this really cool thing. So let's have a look at the top. So we're going to play 4 bars of C. So we'll go C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, bar 3, bar 4. Then we're going to move up to that F shape for 2 bars. F, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4. And then we go back to the C. C, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking at the bottom left now, G7. This is what we call the turnaround. I've done lessons on these before. G7 for a bar, F7 for a bar. You see how we're sort of climbing down the chords. Back to C7. Now, what I've opted to do in bar 12 and bar 13 is I've opted to do a... You see how I'm playing the 3rd fret of the A string, 3rd fret of the low E, open, 2nd fret on the C, and I'm climbing sort of back up to that C. It just gives you a nice, like... Just gives you a nice ending. Now, I'm sort of thinking of players like, I don't know, Chet Atkins, those kind of... It's kind of got that oldie worldy kind of vibe to it, but you could play that to somebody and you don't have to tell anybody what the song is, but it sounds really impressive, and all you're doing is moving a little bit around. And I won't go so far to say it's an easy like party trick, because I don't subscribe to that way of teaching, but it's a nice little ditty that you can play. You can just pick up a guitar and play it, and with not a lot of effort, you'll be able to play something that will make you feel really good about your guitar playing, and that's what we do it for, don't we? Have you found the fingerpicking course? Let me know in the comments below. There's 5 other instalments, if you haven't seen them, to this course that are all sort of, I'll put in one big playlist and put in the description. There is also a private Facebook group that we have that have all of the tabs and the PDFs for everything in the course that you can download for free, and we've got a nice little community of guitarists going. I think there's just short of 3,000 people in it, so it's everybody's practicing and getting on with learning to play the guitar. It's a really good time. I'd advise jumping in on that if you want to. What courses should I do in the future? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you next week for another guitar lesson. Thank you so much.